Hey, Wedges World, what's crack-a-lackin', guys? Yeah, somebody give me a 5 for 5 as I get started here, and we'll just keep this moving right along if we can. Guys, we've had a CME here that just, actually, this one happened earlier today, but I just got through looking, and we actually have a second one coming now. Now, these are coming from filaments, and we'll go over that in just a minute. This right here is that CME. It's projected path. This is the new ISWA tool. This is called Zeus. It's a CME detector. The old one they have now taken out of rotation. So we knew that was coming because it's an older model, but this is the new one now. This is Earth over here. Actually, this one is better. It's just it's more precise. It looks better, and we got more control over what we're looking at also on this one too. So anybody that goes out there and looks over here at ISWA, just come over here to the browse page, go to Heliosphere, and scroll down, and you'll be able to find the Zeus model right there. Okay. Anybody else that wants, guys, this is a great resource, by the way. If you go to ISWA, you can find all kinds of models. You know, so if you know what you're looking at, and if you don't know what you're looking at, you can actually scroll over things and it will tell you what exactly you're looking at. So it's just a great resource. It's in my description, so if you guys want to see it. Guys, this asteroid obviously is a pretty big story right now. Again, this is a newly discovered one. This is its path, its orbital path. This is a top-down view. Now I can take this and move it however I want. I'm not sure why it's doing that, but yeah, I'm not really sure why it's doing that. This thing's acting a little bit wonky. As a matter of fact, I'm going to go ahead and just back off of that for a minute, and we'll go back into that in just a second. But guys, actually, I don't want to, yeah, we're not going to back off of that. We're going to go ahead and, let's see here. Oh, man, I got to go. Okay, hold on one second, guys. Sorry. Are we 5 for 5, guys? Somebody tell me in there. Okay, yeah, there it is. Thank you. Thank you, Alyssa. I see that. Hey, Anna, what's up? Karen, everybody else that's in there. Stephanie, Kim, good to see everybody. John. I'll also give you guys a brief explanation why I wasn't here past few days. And I'm not going to do that right this second, so I'll do it at the end of the video so you guys know, if anybody cares to know why I haven't been here for a couple days. You guys can probably figure it out, but I'll go over it again. Anyway, let's go ahead, and I do want to take, this is spaceweathernews.com, or not news, spaceweather.com. This is Dr. Tony Phillips' site. I take you guys here almost every video. You guys can change the date up here if you come over here, and please do give him some traffic. He does great work. And this is where this is where how he makes a lot of his money, how he supports his family with this kind of stuff. So come over here. It's really good stuff. I know he does other things too. Does a lot with weather balloons and things like that too. So anyway, actually, I'm going to take you guys back and show you what I just did there. If you come over here and you want to look at this, all you got to do is scroll down. You can click on this right here, the picture itself, and it'll take you there. Or you can click the hyperlink. Any picture he has here, you can click on. I just don't, for one reason. Because the person that took the photograph, like Aurora and stuff like that, I don't want to just like show that immediately. That's how they make their living. So I'll show you the one here on his webpage, but if you want to see in a more detailed picture, you know, I could show it. It's fair use. I mean, you can. It's not anything like that. But it's a respect thing for me, guys. I really do think that people deserve, you know, people to click on their things if they did the work for it. So anyway, but you can click on these and either one of those, and that goes for any time I show you his webpage. If you want a bigger version of what you're seeing on my screen, you can zoom in. You can do all those kinds of things. But you'll have to go to his website to do it, which gives him traffic. And that's why I do it like that. I hope you guys can respect that. I don't do it for any other reason than that. It just is. Just a respect thing. Hey, Angel's Wings, thank you so much. Wow. Get 5 gifted memberships already. Wow, you're killing it in there already. All right, awesome. Appreciate that. I got some really cool things planned. I've been given a lot of thought. I've had some time to think this week, and I have been given a lot of thought into what we're doing here and what I'm doing here and how I can make it better. If you guys ever have any suggestions, let me know. But for like the members only, I'm going to I'm thinking about doing a, because I can like do a game, like a Jeopardy game or something like that during the members only stream, and you guys can play with me. So that's kind of what I'm going to kind of do, I think, at least for one of them, just to see if you guys like it. It might be like a Family Feud thing, could be a trivia game, it could be anything I can get off the Play Store. I mean, I can play it and show you guys while I'm playing it. So anyway, that's just something I've been thinking about for the members only. And thank you for the gift of memberships there, Angel. I really do appreciate it. I mean, that stuff does mean the world to me, because I know you guys don't have to do that stuff. So when you do, I'm very humbled. And thank you. Okay, so as far as this asteroid goes, so you come over here and you start moving this around. See? So you can get from our point of view. So what you would do is you would just put the sun in the middle, obviously. Also, I'm gonna talk about this for a second too. There's something called the celestial sphere, and it's an imaginary thing, guys. All these things, like the ecliptic, right? The ecliptic, essentially, you see this straight line going through the sun. If that was, well, I guess the ecliptic isn't here because it's not straight. But they put that line there horizontally. So if you notice, when I come right behind Earth, like right here, do you notice how none of the planets are directly on that line? What that basically is representing is the ecliptic. It's what we call the ecliptic. So if you took an imaginary line, equator of the sun, and just expanded it infinitely, that's the ecliptic. Okay? So when I say you're above the ecliptic, you're up here. If I say you're below, you're down here. It's just a way for us to know how to, gauge space and the directions of things. So, and I've talked about that at length before, but this is just a really good way to show you. So that right there, and then obviously you got your vertical line here too. And that would be like the axis of the sun and all that. We're not going to get into all that, but the celestial sphere is very important when you're trying to like parallactic angle and decide how much field rotation you see, these kinds of things. It's important to know that. So if you're going to make calculations anyway, I'm not saying anybody here needs to go do that. I am just saying, hey, this is what's up. Hey, Aaliyah, thank you, girl. What's up, girl? I forgot to post it in my messages. You just reminded me. Daggone it. I forgot to put that in my... I didn't message Adam or Dex either. If one of my main mods, I know Aaliyah's in here, but I don't want to ask you to do everything for me. You do a lot. If anybody else, if one of my managing mods are in here, other than... Well, Aaliyah can do it if she wants to, but I don't... It's not necessary. Hey, Callie, thank you for that. Awesome. Awesome. Sorry I didn't put that in there, manager mods. I should have put it in there. Sorry. I am so sorry. Okay. Now, what was I... Oh, yeah. See, guys, I'm a little... Just a little... Yeah, when I don't live stream for a couple days, I get a little... takes me a minute to find my bearings, so I apologize for that. I am going to try to keep it as more concise, and like I always say, I'm going to try. I'm getting better. If you guys go back and look at some of my stuff from a couple years ago when I started live streaming pretty regularly, I was squirreling really, really bad. So I'm staying more focused now. Thank you, Idley. I appreciate you. You're awesome. You truly are. Guys, she really is. She does a lot of work behind the scenes that you guys just do not see. You know, all of us mods kind of do when we're over there on Adam's channel, Marfugal, but she goes above and beyond, and it's an amazing thing to watch. Yeah, it just is. She is by far probably the best mod I've ever seen, just to be honest. And I'm not saying bad about anybody else. It just means that that bar is way up there. So, okay. Now, reason why I'm bringing this asteroid up is because the chances of it impacting Earth keep increasing. Now, speaking of Marfugal, Adam, and Dex, they covered this the other day also, which is why I didn't want to come right out here. And I may still do a standalone video on this because it does deserve that. This is quite, this is pretty decent size, decently important space weather news here, guys. This isn't something that, and thank you, Callie, for the super chat. That's awesome. Thank you. Let me tell you something. You're always there, okay? And I can't say that about myself, and I can't say that about anybody else. You are always there when you can be there, and that's just a fact. So that is a compliment, and I really do appreciate it. I really do. Actually, I have learned a lot about modding by watching you. A lot of how I mod is the same way you do because of that. We can all go read a chat, right? And get, if the word FUCK is in there, we all know, hey, that can't stay there. But the kind of the fine tuning stuff is where I was learning from her, and she didn't know I was learning from her. I was just watching everybody. Just kind of happened. So anyway, that, she got me a really cool pink hat. When I came on her show, I won the game show part of it, and she sent me a hat. It was awesome. It's got a light in the middle of it. You guys have probably seen it if you went back and looked at some of my older stuff. But anyway, awesome stuff. So here's Earth, right? Obviously, we can go right up Earth's butt right here for a minute. We can zoom in. And so here's this white line's the orbit of this asteroid. Now, this is going to continually change. Okay? And the reason why is it's newly discovered, and they keep getting data, and the more data they get in, basically what happens is they recalculate every day. Okay? Based upon their latest observations. That's how they do that. It's a cumulative thing. Now, there are ways that we can go look, right, at what's going on. And I'm going to show you a couple of those right now. Okay? Let me go back here. And where was that at? I should have kept that one up. Anyway, we'll just go ahead and use this one here. Okay, so if I take you back here again, this is back, yeah, here we go. So if I hit right here, because back in January when they first seen this, it was a 1.3% chance of hitting Earth. Now, most asteroids there's no chance, right? I mean, it's just what it is. So when we got a chance at all, it makes space weather news. Like any significant chance. And 1.3%, I know it sounds extremely low. But when you're talking about things that are not supposed to hit till 2032, you see what I'm saying here, guys? That's like, what, between 7 and 8 years? So if things are increasing, the chances are increasing almost every day from them recalculating new data. If that trend was to hold, this thing would, and it'll slow down and stop at some point, right? Because it'll get close enough to where they're really confident about what they're saying. All right? So, this has, in my opinion, it has a better than an average chance of a regular asteroid of hitting. That's what I'll say, okay? The second thing I want to make sure that everybody understands, this is not a planet-killing asteroid, okay? They're likening this one to the one back in 1908. Some of you guys might not know about that one, but an asteroid came in 1908. It actually exploded above the surface, and it wiped out a forest. Okay, and we're all still here, right? So obviously that means it was not a planet killer. Did it do some damage? Absolutely. You would not want to be at ground zero. It's just that simple. It did. I think they said it killed like 3 people. That was back in 1908. Hey, miss, good to see you. Hey, by the way, I haven't forgot about your cards. My wife is putting them in the mail tomorrow morning. I forgot about it for like 3 weeks. When all that stuff happened with my family and everything missed. I really did. My brain just wasn't right. I hope you can understand. Anyway, they're coming. So just so you know, I didn't forget about you. Okay, so yeah, so that happened back in 1908, right? Now a lot of us remember the 2013, this one here. Now again, I'm not going to click on these hyperlinks, but if I was you, I would come over here and click them. Okay, but this one here did some damage too, right? So actually, I think I will click on just that one. Again, this is the one that happened in Russia. And everybody pretty much knows about this one, right? Now, the 1908 one was bigger than this one, the way I understood it. Or at least it was more powerful in its whatever, the results of it. So you guys can go over and look at that. All you got to do is come over to Dr. Tony Phillips' site here, spaceweather.com, and click on these hyperlinks. You'll learn a lot just by doing that. But there's also ways we also have things that we can go look at, like this right here. Well, this is JPL, okay, NASA, and that's the asteroid right there. Okay, a lot of you guys probably haven't seen this, but it's there. This is how they discovered it. Anyway, why is this object on the risk list? Because of, obviously, there's a chance it could hit. And actually, I sent Dex a link, and I can't find my link to go to that page. It's this same, let's see here. Maybe it's this one. Let's see what this gives us. I think this is it. Yep, it is. Cool. Okay, so if you come over here and you go to orbits, and you go down to near Earth objects, you can come here and is this the one I want? Yeah, close approach here. That's 2025. See, this isn't the one I thought it was. Anyway, I'll show it to you guys tomorrow, but it actually has a list, and it tells you the chances of that particular asteroid that's hitting. Okay? Let me see, this is just here we go. Impact risks. Maybe that's not it. I don't know. I don't want to waste your guys' time. I'm sorry. I'm going to move on. But listen, I'll show it to you guys tomorrow. There's a list, and I'll find the link. But you can go look at the list and see exactly how much the percentage is rising. And right now, guys, it's up to 3.1. Now, back in January when they discovered this, it was at 1.3. So that's significant. Okay, it's a significant increase there, guys. Chances of hitting. So maybe this is it. I don't know. We'll click it. What can it hurt, right? It ain't it. Okay, so again, we're just going to move on. But I'll bring out a list to you guys tomorrow, okay? I promise. So the reason, again, well, maybe this is it. Maybe this will give us what we want. Yeah, here it is. Okay, so it looks like they've... Oh, this is the old one, I think. Yeah, it. Let's see here. Nope, that's the 20th. See, look. See, this is what I said could possibly happen, right? So it was at 3.1. At least I think that. Yeah. See, that says 2032 right here, and they brought it back down, the impact probability, to 2.7. Okay. Now, is that going to change again? Absolutely. So what I'm saying is, when somebody's going to come out and say, hey, this is the percentage, they're correct when they say that. But at the same time, we need to understand that it's going to continue to change. All right? So just keep that in mind. So I don't want nobody freaking out over this. That's my whole point. But I don't want people to ignore it either. Because this is one of those things that as time moves closer and closer and closer, we do need to keep that in mind. Because you always have to wonder, and I know people, this is a controversial thing to say, but would they really come out and say, hey, this is happening, if it was like a planet-sized destruction type of thing? Do you think anybody would come out and tell us? I don't know, whatever your guys' opinion on that is. I don't know. I really, you know, I have my own opinions, but I keep those kinds of things on the DL because all it does is cause arguments. Those kinds of things, and in this case, it doesn't matter what I think, so that's why I don't say it. Now, if it mattered, I most certainly would be telling you guys. But this is one of those things, we got years to talk about it. If I thought this thing was going to hit and it was going to do it tomorrow, you better bet your booty I'd be on here telling you about it. You know what I mean? But we got 8 years, guys, so we got some time to watch this thing. So just kind of keep that in mind, okay? Now, as we keep moving here, guys, I do want to go back and show you. This is the CME that popped off today, okay? This is SOHO. It's 1 million miles closer to the sun than what we are. And what we look for is the halo signature, which is energy that's popped around this disk. That's a physical disk on the imager, okay? It's on the satellite. It's from our perspective. So when we see that energy poke around, what's that mean? It means the CME is coming either our direction or going right off the back. Okay? Now, so as we're watching this, you can see that this definitely had at least a little bit of a halo. At least a half halo. And when I say looking at energy, I'm not just talking about these lines. You can see the kind of distortion in the coronagraph imaging here. Go all the way kind of around that way. Now, whenever we see this, we don't really have a good side view of the sun anymore. The satellite's just not out there to give us an image. It's outlived its lifespan, and it's just what it is. So we got to look at other things. Now, we can go to that same one. Okay, it was stereo A. But what I want to point out, this is Earth right here, right? Stereo A is now sitting over here. It used to sit way over here. Okay, so it's in a different part of the solar system. It's still on our orbital line. It's just instead of off to what I'm just going to use left right here. Instead of off to our left while looking at the sun, it's actually over to our right. So it changes how we see how it works, because with it being over here, we do get a little bit of a side perspective. Okay, so it does give us at least a little to where we can at least pretty much say, did it go off the back or not, right? And that's really what we're trying to figure out, because if it didn't go off the back, it definitely has a chance of hitting us, right? So here's stereo A, and it absolutely has a chance of hitting us because this did not go off the back. All right, this is that eruption right there, and I know the actual resolution of this and the quality of the image is not as good. It never has been as good as SOHO. So, but as you can tell, so we're looking from stereo A. So Earth would be kind of right here. Okay? So what I'm saying is, if this was going off the back, you would see this energy going over here. Because we do have a partial side view. Now, did you guys see that when it blew off the bottom? It kind of hit itself. See that? So, and that actually was a decent sized CME. It ain't going to hit us or anything, but it was decent. Anyway, so you can see this thing erupt, and it was significant, and it's moving fast. Okay? So, this particular CME is that one. Okay? This is Earth, and this is that CME. Now, right as I was getting ready to go live, I looked at SDO, another satellite. And what I do want to point out on this one, though, you guys see that right there? There's a void, right, in between those two. That's a double impact, but it's inside the same CME, and we do get those double shockwaves sometimes. It just depends on what space weather is between us and the sun at the time. So probably what's happening is there's some more dense area of charged particles, solar wind, and this CME is actually going to pick up some of that as it moves, and you're probably going to see a double impact, but it's only coming from one CME. So that's just what I'll say there. Hey guys, give me a roll call in there if you could. If you would, I would be much appreciated. It really would. I'm also, guys, I'll probably go, hey, Miss V, good to see you. I've been worried about you. I ain't seen you in a minute. I'm going to be giving away 5 memberships here in just a little while, guys. So if you guys want a channel membership, chance at winning 5 of them, get to talking in that chat, because that's who will get the 5 memberships. That's what the algorithm does. Okay? So I'll do that at the end of the stream. I'll give away 5 memberships. But anyway, as you can see here, it's more of a glancing blow according to NASA's model here. And sometimes NASA's model is correct, sometimes it's not. But we also have another model very similar over here at NOAA. Now this would be the official forecast, okay? That's what we use. NOAA is the official forecast. And as you can see, last time it was updated was at 9:45 on the 20th, which was this morning. And see that CME right there? That's a different CME. This hasn't updated for that one yet. The new one I just showed you guys. That right there is stereo A. So there was a CME prior to the one I showed you that got fired off that direction. Okay? The sun's been active. It really has. Now, when I say active, I don't mean like flares. That is not the only activity on the sun, guys. You see the flare here? The flare rate? Matter of fact, it's about as low as I've seen it in a while. Just to be honest. The baseline for it, the X-ray production, is almost down into the B class range. We've been sitting in the C close to M class for months. And what that means is we don't have as many sunspots facing Earth right now. So, is that good or bad? You know, here or there. We need some geomagnetic activity, guys. We have to have some. And I can tell you right now that today, it has dropped off to virtually none. If this continues, we will have to be talking about cosmic rays. Because when we don't have enough geomagnetic activity hanging around, we don't defend against cosmic rays as easy. So, you know, the sun protects us from the sun and other things that coming out from space, like cosmic rays, which is basically it's extreme radiation that actually makes it through. We can get into that. It's muons, nuons. I mean, there's a whole different type of conversation around that. And I've talked about it before, but during solar max, we don't usually have to worry about that. Solar minimum is typically when we see those kinds of concerns pop up. Okay? Now, this is the current sunspot situation. So, you got a decent sized one here. Earth would fit in that. Earth would fit in that one. But this one here, guys, I'm more concerned about this one for the mere fact that it looks more complex, which means you got negatives and positives kind of swirling around. And when you get that happening, you get reconnection events, and that's when you get flares. And if you get bigger flares, obviously you get bigger CMEs typically with that. So, yeah. And I completely missed the roll call. Hey, Deep Quake, good to see you, bud. Good to see you. Hey, John Boy, good to see you guys. Let's see here. Virginia, Curb Creeper. Let's see here. Guys, give me another one, would you? I am sorry. I'm going to keep moving, but somebody give me another roll call in there, would you? I'm sorry. Hey, Tommy Bird, good to see you. Good to see you guys. I really am. You guys, and like I said before, guys, you guys always make me happy. I feel a lot better when I get off stream every time. I just haven't been able to get here, guys, and I'll explain at the end of the video, okay? Anyway, so let's go ahead and talk about the superstorm back in May. The super solar storm, right? Extreme compression of Earth's magnetosphere. Guys, we've talked about this kind of thing before, but I was not aware that this actually happened during the solar storm back in May. You know, the big G5 account? The big G5 storm? So, Earth. You on Earth? Western North Carolina, what's up, G2 Data? What's up? Hey, Renee, good to see you from Oklahoma Sissy Lightfoot, hi. St. John, New Brunswick, Canada. Love that, Jeremy. I love my Canucks. Axe and Nacho are up there. Give them a hug for me. Hey, Stephanie Munoz, always here. She's awesome. Hey, Nana, good to see you. East Central Minnesota. Minnesota. Ain't that how they say it? I don't know. I don't know exactly, but I watch a channel called Vice Grip Garage, and that's where he used to live. He moved down to Tennessee, but he fixes old cars and gets them back on the road. That's his whole thing, and he's awesome. Awesome dude. Wise Jim, what's up? Cookies, what a name. I love that. That's awesome. West Virginia, baby, it's good to see you. Hey, Deep Quake, thank you for that. Thank you for the gift of memberships. Anybody who gets those, guys, please tell them thanks. It really will. Yeah, you know, it's just the right thing to do, I think. You know what I mean? So let me get that one highlighted for you, Deep Quake. I like to. Hey, Axe, you want to know something? I popped onto my notifications. I'm gonna tell everybody this. Listen, I popped onto my notifications the other day, and guess what? I was a founding member. The way that it read, it looked like I was the first member of Axe and Nacho's membership on their channel. I was at least part of the first couple. I had no idea that was what happened. But yeah, they sent. I'll send you a screenshot, Axe. Hey Trish, good to see you. Hey Curb Creeper, John Boy, what's cracking? Jason Ventura, love it. Dorothy, greetings. What's up? Arkansas. Bluesman. Love it, love it, love it. 1 degree. Wow. Yeah. Woo. You know, regurgitating 9 o'clock news. What's happening, man? What's crack-a-lacking? Jeremy Perry, Kristen Kruger. Hey, thank you for always being here, Kristen. Hey, sometimes I don't get a chance to respond to you or to anybody in the comments and stuff, but just know that I read them all. Okay? Just know that, okay? Because I truly do. Always. Always do. Okay? So, just want you all to know that. Okay. Okay. So. Okie smoky. Alright, now, guys, during this big solar storm, I'm telling you, it was a big deal. I knew it was hard. I knew it was a good hard hit. And because we were seeing stuff, you know, that we just typically don't see. You know, aurora at the equator. I mean, come on. And granted, our magnetic field is weaker. We know this. It's all in the data. We can sit here and talk about it all day long if we want. But at the end of the day, we know that that stuff is weakening. We know all that stuff's happening. But I want to point out here, guys, that this is something different. And the reason why is not many people have talked about this, except for probably me and a couple others. That I've always told everybody, listen, the satellites are at danger at any given time during any of this stuff, right? Well, with this one, guys, our magnetosphere got compressed so far in that our geosynchronistic satellites were in danger. It pushed in farther than those. So what that means is those were completely exposed to all that space weather without any protection from our magnetic field. So let me show you where those satellites live. Okay? I've shown you guys this pic before. If I can find it again. Here it is. Okay? So this is the layers of our atmosphere, right? You got the troposphere, stratosphere, mesosphere, thermosphere, right? In between the thermosphere and the exosphere, you got low Earth orbit base. It's not low Earth orbit, but it's where we put our geosynchronistic satellites. This satellite right here is in geosynchronistic orbit, right? What does that mean? I've explained this 1,000 times. Basically, all it means is it stays over the same part of our planet at all times. It rotates it orbits Earth at the same speed that we rotate around our axis. Okay? So, yeah. So with that being said, just understand we keep those lower than the rest of the satellites. So what this means is like I'm not really sure. I need to research out and see where they put like the internet satellites and things like that. I need to research a little bit more on that to see where those, how far up those are. But these geosynchronistic satellites are only 22,000 miles in the air. Okay, that is not very far. And like I said, let me come here. This is where they live. So we'll zoom in a little bit. Okay, so when we're looking at Aurora, Aurora is here as far as that goes, right? Here is a balloon, a hot air balloon. So you guys get kind of a better idea here of what we're talking about. This is close. So what I'm saying is our magnetic field's out here, right? Protecting us from all this space weather. But when we got hit back in May, our protection went lower than this satellite. Did you hear what I said? Our protection went lower. It compressed down, right? Now let me show you the Australian model of the magnetosphere. Okay, I've shown you guys this 1,000 times, but this will be real easy for me to show you. Here's Earth. Here's some of the satellites. These are, I don't know if these are in geosynchronistic orbit or not, but these were where a lot of our satellites live, right? This is our bow shock. That's the point of first contact from space weather and our magnetic field. So when they're talking about our magnetic field getting compressed inside those satellite lines, they're talking about this line right here. So it would be back here, guys. So anything, you know, like even the ones that aren't in geosynchronistic orbit, they're up a little further. They're out in space a little bit more. Those would have already been exposed way before the geosynchronistic ones did. Okay, so basically all of our satellites were getting blasted. It is amazing we didn't lose any. Okay, we did get corrupted data from a few of them. They were glitching out during all that. So, and I even reported on that. So I hope you guys can kind of understand that. It's a big deal. It truly is. And I wish I could just click on this and take us back there. I would have to sit here and just, I wonder if it'll let me, no. I wish it would just let me enter a date here and I would take you back to when that was happening. Maybe I should have done that. I'll do that tomorrow, guys. I'll show you guys that. I'll have it staged and ready to look at, okay? But you'll see this, because this is playing right now. You see this? This is current. So, well, I was back on the 10th because I moved the button. So let's go bring it current, okay? So you can see how it moves around anyway, but that actually got compressed so hard and so far in that almost all of our satellites were just completely exposed. We could have dropped a lot of satellites there, guys. We really could have. We started to see the damage on them because some of the stuff was coming back and it was just looking all wonky because of it. So, yeah. So that's the thing. Now, if you want to go and you want to research this out some more, please, again, come over here, and all you got to do is start clicking on these links. Read the original research here, right? There's an abstract on that. I'll go ahead and click on it because I was going to show it to you anyway, right? These are peer-reviewed papers. It's an abstract. Some of them you have to pay for, but I don't think you have to on this one. But this will explain to you exactly what happened. Okay, now yes, there's going to be some word salad in here that you're going to have to understand a little bit of vocabulary when you go over here. Most people aren't going to come look at this. I get that, right? But for those that want to, it's here. Okay, I just want to make sure you guys had a way to look at that. So yeah, that happened. That was back during the storm in May. Now, the next subject here, guys, Solar Max has arrived. They've officially said we're in Solar Max, right? Now, the next subject is the exact subject I told you guys we'd be talking about right now. Are we going to get a double peak this sun cycle? What does that mean? You guys remember, I've been telling you guys about this double peak. I was telling you guys, like for 6 months from here back, that I was noticing that all of the sunspots were in the southern hemisphere. I said that over and over and over again, and now guess what? A lot of them, they've gotten flipped, and now they're on the north. So what that means is we could be getting that double peak of solar max, because we did come out of that just on the southern, and things did slow down. So, you know, and this isn't something out of the ordinary. It's actually something I kind of expected to happen. So it kind of, what it does is it kind of extends out the time frames that were in solar max. We get more of a solar max because of it. Now, if both hemisphere were in solar max at the same time, I would imagine that would be very intense. Okay? So, you know, and I don't know for certain, but yeah. So, but what this does is it kind of just spreads things out. Now, if you look over here, this, again, Dr. Tony Phillips is awesome. As you can see, right here, this is the year. And when it says 0 days, they're talking about how many days we do not see a sunspot facing Earth. That's how they measure this. So if there were no sunspots facing Earth, that would say one day, right? So 2023, 2024, and so far in 2025, we have not had one day where there has been no sunspots at all. We've at least had one sunspot facing Earth for 3 years now. Going on 3 years. Well, it's going close to 4 probably, because we had one day back in 2022. So you guys can kind of, you know, we're very early on in 2025. So, yeah, it's probably closer to 3 years. Anyway, that's how many days we're looking at here, guys. Now, you can go back here during the solar cycle here, and you'll see quite a few things, right? And you can just see, like, during solar minimum, the deepest parts of it, 281 days we had no sunspots. That was 77% of the time that year. No sunspots whatsoever facing Earth. So that tells you the difference between solar max and solar minimum. But you know, there's a pretty cool graphic right here you guys should go look at. Hemispheric sunspot numbers, January 2024 or January 2025. Check those out. You can clearly see the difference, right? So go over here and take a look at Dr. I wanted to touch on that and let you guys know, hey, yeah, it's official, that kind of a thing. So what I do want to do is go back over here to SDO, because this eruption here, let's just take it. I'm going to show you the whole day on the 20th. Okay. That one right there is the one that Noah is showing. This eruption here is the one that erupts off this direction. Watch. Right there. Okay? So that one there is showing this one. Okay? So the other ones, this one here that pops off on this direction, right there, okay, is this one. Okay? So this is the one that we got to pay attention to, because it has a chance of hitting us. But I noticed something that none of these models are going to be updated on yet, okay? Because it's too early. We get almost real time on SDO, okay? That's what's really good about this satellite. Now, anyway, what caused the CME on the south that went off that direction? The one that has a possibility hitting us. This right here. It's a magnetic filament, right? It's the magnetic ropes that we talk about laying in the sun's corona. And what happens is they lift off when they get unstable and they erupt off. You don't have to have a sunspot. You don't have to have an eruption. This magnetic rope, you're going to see it here in just a second. It's going to flip off here. Well, matter of fact, I'm just going to pause it. We're going to grab this. Now, right there, you see that? Okay? that has a chance of hitting, right? That was about 8 o'clock. Now, if we look further, you're going to see an eruption right here in the middle. See that? I just don't know how much plasma left, because the sun's the background and it camouflages it. So I can't really give you a good explanation there. But there was an eruption here, and this one here is I think, it's hard to tell because there's so much going on. There was an eruption there. Okay, then you seen, watch right here. There's so much going on right now, guys. I'm telling you. Now watch up here too. See that one? Look at that. That's plasma. Now, right before I went live, this big filament here lifted off. Check this out. See that? I'm not sure if you guys seen it. I went pretty fast there. Sorry. If you look right here, you're going to see a dark shadow. This filament stretches all the way across here. And a magnetic filament, it's got charged particles, basically plasma, traveling on that line. So when you have that line and it's traveling there, that's what you're seeing, right? So look at this. You can see it erupt off. And it happened right there on the end, right before I went live. So none of the models are going to have this on here yet. I'll be very interested to see if they got this one hitting too. Now it does look like, just judging by this, it has a more northerly direction, which means it could go off to our north. But I can confidently tell you that if it didn't, it's coming right at us. Or at least we're going to get hit by it, because it's not going to go east or west of us. It's definitely on that line with Earth. It's in the Earth strike zone. Okay, this imaginary rectangle box about like this. Okay, so, and I know this might be hard to see. I'm trying to outline it the best I can for you guys. But here's the rope here itself. And right there, you see it start moving? And then it erupts off. Now, when those break, it's just like an old incandescent light bulb. There's a filament in the middle of those bulbs, right? So when that filament breaks in half, you don't get no more light because the current can't flow, right? That filament's there, and they coil it to increase friction. Why? Because it creates heat. What's the heat do? Makes light. Hey, Surgery, good to see you. So yeah, I mean, that's what's happening there. Okay, and these filaments are very similar to that, but on a way more extreme level. I tried to bring it down to where at least we have a basic knowledge and understanding of what we're seeing, and I don't want to make it too complicated. Okay, I just don't think it benefits anybody ever. It just doesn't. Let me tell you this though too. I will say this: there are certain times where we have to use different words because there's no other way to explain it but to use the actual word for it. And whenever that is, I will tell you guys that. So I don't, word salad is word salad. Some people use it to make themselves sound smarter. Some people use it just because that's the only way to explain it. Magnetosphere does a really good job of having a balance there. So if you guys don't know who Dr. Magnetosphere is, please go check out her channel. I talk her up all the time because I think she's awesome. But yeah, it's college level material that she gives you for free, and in a way you can understand it. I'm a redneck hillbilly from Indiana. And I have to tell you, I probably learned 1/2 to 3/4 of what I know about the sun from watching her. And that's not even, I'm not even kidding about that. That is absolutely the truth. Yeah. So that should tell you how much I like what she does. But anyway, I'll just leave it at that. Okay, so we got that possibly coming now too. What's that all mean? Well, it just means we got to pay attention and just to see. We're going to watch and wait. That's all we can do. We got days before those things start to hit. We should see an increase in aurora if we start seeing these things hit. And it does look like we're starting to come into more of an active area. Now what I will do here, guys, I'm going to go ahead and update this and see if we see any new eruptions show up here. Okay. If you guys scroll down over here at seeds, this is the date, right? So what this does is when it thinks it sees a CME, it puts it at the down here on the bottom, right? Now seeds is just a website showing you data from a satellite, an observatory, right? Here's the satellite, here's Earth. So all the data is coming from right here. And anybody can use that data. You can go to different websites and they'll show it to you different ways. They'll plug that data into certain other models, is what I'm saying. Hey Wrath, what's up? Okay, so let me just do this too. Okay. Now, as I kind of told you guys, I'd be giving away some memberships here, and that's what I'm going to do. As I explained to you guys why I wasn't here the past few days. A lot of you guys know my wife is sick. We got surgery on, coming up here very shortly, beginning of March. She has to have basically half of her ear amputated. They're going to reconstruct it from the stuff behind her ear. It's not even a local procedure. She has to be put out and everything. I'm very concerned about her, guys. She's my best friend. So I try to do the best I can to be there for her on everything that she needs or wants at this point. So I say all that, and I say it to the end of the video because I didn't want people to think I'm over here trying to go for sympathy and all that crap. This is not me. That's not what I do. But I want you guys that stuck around here to the end to understand. If you wanted to know why I wasn't here, that's why. Obviously she takes priority over anything that I'm doing. And she's had a really bad sore throat and stuff. She's had a fever. So we don't want to, I guess what I'm saying is, and also guys, get active there in the chat, because I'm going to give away those members. Oh, thank you, Deep Quake. I appreciate you, brother. For real. Thank you so much, man. You guys are just awesome. You really are. I just don't even know what to say sometimes, man. Just wow. That's all I can say. I wish there was a word big enough, man. I really do. You guys have always been there. You guys haven't rolled out on me or nothing. I mean, you guys are just so solid, and yeah. Anyway, any kind of like fever or any kind of cough that she would have could stop them from doing the surgery. And the kind of cancer she's got isn't something that we're willing to stop and wait. Okay? So I just want to make sure you guys knew that. Hey Kathy, hey Linda. But I'm going to be giving away 5 memberships here in just a second. Hey Aunt B, good to see you. And thank you guys. You guys are awesome. You really are. Thank you, Kathy. I appreciate that. Miss B, yes. Awesome stuff, guys. You guys are just all Leah. I mean, I can't even say. It's amazing how you start to get to know people and you don't even know them. You know what I mean? It's crazy. So anyway, let me change the angstrom here, and we'll take a look at the 211. How about let's look at the 94. It's a specific angstrom of light that we look at here, guys, and it filters out all other wavelengths, so we can see a specific gas. And that's how we get different views of what the sun is doing. But as this loads up, I am going to give away those memberships, guys, okay? So if you guys want to try to get one, you guys got about 30 seconds to get typing in there. It might, it might help you get the membership if you want one. And also on the memberships, guys, hey, Joanna, good to see you. I ain't seen you in a minute. Back at you, girl. Back at you. Yeah, so Wise Jen, you're awesome. So, yeah, so I'm going to give these away here in just a second. Let's, yeah, I got 5 to give away right here. So, I'm going to count it down here in a minute. So, you guys, if anybody wants a chance of getting these, better hit them. Hey, John Boy. Hey, Susan, good to see you. Lower class, there you are. Good to see you. Um, but yeah, so I want suggestions. What do you guys want me to do during the members only? I don't feel like I need to do space weather concentrated stuff because I think we get enough of that here. Does that make sense? I want to have fun with you guys. Hey, Scrappy Dappy. Thank you. Linda, you're awesome. Hey, thank you. I love you back, Linda, for real. Jeremy, what's up? There we go. Now we got some traffic in there. I just want you guys to have the best chance you can to get these. But if you, I thought about maybe doing like a game show type of thing, and maybe even give away a couple decks of cards to whoever wins. And it would be very simple and laid back. I mean, it would be like me pulling up my Family Feud game and having people answer in the chat, or they could actually come on through a Zoom call if they wanted. I can make that happen. It's not that hard. We can even put two Wages World people, one against the other, if you wanted to, just to have some fun with it. Jeremy, thank you. I appreciate you. Wow. Awesome stuff, guys. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Hey, Sitting Bear. You got a gifted membership there. That's awesome. Freedom Underground, baby. What's happening? Hey, also, guys, I'm not sure if you guys watch Jacob Israel. If you don't, you should. He's a cool dude, man. But he had a car wreck a few months back, and he's been fighting tendonitis. So if you guys want to pray for somebody, I'm sure he would take them. Prayers, good thoughts, whatever you want to send his way. Tendonitis sucks, okay? I've had it since I was a teenager, and it can absolutely drive you nuts. I'm not kidding you. It's like you get ringing inside your own head, and you can't stop it. A lot of you guys know what that's like, because you have it. Hey, Ripper, what's up? Only if there's mud and baby oil involved, brother. I mean, does it have to be little guys? Could I get in there? Thank you for that, man. That made my night. That's a good joke. I love that. Wow. Awesome. All right, here we go. I'm going to count down from 10. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. Who did I sound like? I sound like, what was that show? Oh, Sesame Street. Of course. Why wouldn't it be Sesame Street? If it ain't Sesame Street, it's Electric Company or Captain Kangaroo from when I was a kid. Does anybody else remember Cowboy Bob's Corral? I used to get up every morning to watch that because that's the only time I got to see, hey, Heather, good to see you, girl. What's happening? What's crack-a-lackin'? Thank you for that. Thank you so much for that. Sorry, guys. Woo. I was taking a drink there and it kind of went down the wrong. Okay. You know what? Before I give those memberships away, I want to highlight. Get those up there on the screen. There you go. That's a cool avatar you got there, AK. Seriously, Heather. That's an awesome avatar. I think it's cool. My daughter loves it. She loves that era. She just turned 18 this week and made me feel even older. It really was. Hey, Lynn, what's up? Love back at you. I need it, Joanna, for sure. All right. Did I highlight Jeremy's there or not? I want to make sure I get his up there too for a little bit. Hey, Deep Quake did another. You guys are awesome, man. Deep Quake did 5. I mean, you guys are just killing it, man. Thank you so much. If I missed anybody, I apologize. I really do try my best to get to all of them. Seeking Truth, baby. Jeff P. What's crack-a-lackin', my brother? What is happening? Okay, here we go. Let me get back to that. I had to go off that for a second. All right, here we go. Are you ready? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Here it comes. Incoming. I clicked the button. There it goes. All right, who got them? Who got them? Gigi Love, Mitch Ashford. Marlo got one. Awesome. Dana, Brenda Bolton. They got those 5. So, when am I going to do a members only, right? It will be this week. Back at you, Laura. I appreciate you. Hey, Renee. Yeah, hearing problems suck. They really do, Renee. It's, you know, when people ask us, like, you've been asked the question, would you rather have your arm cut off or lose your sight? You know what I mean? Hey, Nana. If it's one that starts with an M, act quickly. But yeah, so remember for 10 months. Wow, Nana, that's awesome. Anyway, yeah. Hey, Christina. Well, thank you, Christina. Appreciate that. But yeah, it's good to see you in here, Jeff. I miss you, brother. Good to see you. That tablet dough. There we go. What was I talking about? See, I done lost my. Oh yeah, okay. Wasn't exactly saying that, lower class, but yeah. Anyway, if I've always wondered what people would say. Would you rather lose your left hand or your eyesight? You know what I mean? I always know what I would say. I definitely would lose a hand before I would lose my sight. It's just, I guess you can get prosthetics and work around that. I just think losing your sight would be one of the worst. You know what I mean? Good night, Jennifer. Good to see you. Thanks for coming in. Really appreciate you. Oh, really? Never heard a bird sing? Wow. I mean, isn't that humbling, guys? Those simple things we take for granted, and and Renee pops in here and says that is like really puts things in perspective for people, right? This is the whole reason I didn't start my live stream talking about how bad my life is, right? Because my life is not bad. I got a great life. I have my family, my wife, my kids. Yeah, we have bad things going on. It doesn't make my life bad. All it does is it makes me appreciate when life is good all that more. That's all that it does. And I'm serious about that. I didn't used to think like that. It took me a while to get there, but I got there because I've been through some stuff just like you guys have. And everybody's time frame is different. It really is. On how you get to there. Some people never get there. And I feel sorry for those people because they don't have any peace. You know what I mean? And it's just that way. Yeah. Neo. Yep. The Matrix. Heck yeah. Yeah. I get you. But yeah, I mean, so, that's why I didn't. A lot of people, a lot of YouTubers would start off giving an explanation on why they weren't here for a couple days, which is all good. It's all good, seriously. I had no problem with people doing that. I really try my best not to have it come across like I'm trying to get sympathy or anything like that, because this is simply not my intent. Only time I ever tell you guys about it is when I'm not here. You don't hear me usually talking about it when I'm here every day, right? I'm just giving you guys an explanation on why I wasn't here. That's the only reason I even talked about it to begin with. And that's just how I want my channel to be. I don't mind going to people's channel and they're telling us what's going on in their life. Matter of fact, I appreciate that because it lets me understand them better. But when it becomes all they talk about, that's an issue for me. It really is. I won't watch after a while, and it might not be their intent, but that's exactly what happens. So. But okay. So anyway, the members only stream, guys. Shoot me some suggestions down in the comments, okay? I can get just about any game on the Play Store, and I'll be able to pull that up, and we can play it during the live stream. And like I said, if you guys want to come on, we can do it verbal, or you guys can just type answers and stuff in the chat. We'll have fun. Plus, we can watch funny stuff, like funny game show bloopers. That's what we did last time. We had a really good time with watching bloopers. I think it's fun. You know what I mean? So, there you go. It's a good attitude, lower class. Seriously. Yeah, exactly. And here's the thing. Happiness is not something that's just given to you. You have to go get it. You have to choose it. And that's something that isn't said enough. It really isn't. Ripper is awesome, just so you know. And I meant to say something earlier too. Butterfly was first in here today, and I didn't get a chance to say hi to her. Um, so if anybody sees her, tell her I said hi, and I appreciated her sharing the stream and everything. I know she tries to get in here, but she can't. So I just want to make sure she knew that I seen before we went live. I seen her message, but it's good to see Joanna and Ilea. Yeah, it's good to see people who ain't been here in a while. It really is. Virginia, all you guys have been here for a long time. Nana, didn't we have a good time during the members only the other day? It was awesome. It really was. It truly was. So we're gonna keep having fun, put smiles on each other's face, and I am going to go ahead and get off here. Marfugel's probably gonna go live here in just a few minutes. Again, you know, I would say this, guys. I'll take all the prayers you can give me. I really will. I think it's selfish when people don't want people to pray for them or send them good thoughts and all that stuff. Whatever you do. You know, let people do that for you. Seriously. Not only does it help you in your situation, but it helps them. You know, especially when they want to try to help, and that's really the only thing they can do. So allow them to have that, you know? I know it sounds kind of weird, but that's just the way that it is. But when you're sad and cry, the act of crying releases, oh really, oxytocin in your brain, which is why you feel better after. Really? I did not know that, Alea. Thank you for that. That's pretty cool. Pretty cool. Alright, guys, I am going to go ahead and pop off. Marfugel's going to be on here in probably just a few minutes. Guys, please go check him out. Him and, you know, like I said, Jacob Israel's fighting the tendonitis, guys. That stuff really sucks. It ain't something he had. He had a car accident, and it came on him. He was asking people for help on how to deal with that. So, you know, it must be really bothering him for him to do that. But anyway, guys, God bless. Yahusha saves. And as always, you can drink this Kool-Aid.